update from CRMNow, and a collection of insights that hopefully bring a little more value to your day. I see that we've got some people from last time on board, so hopefully you saw value last time, and hopefully get some more input from today's session as well. So look, today I'd like to do three things basically. Is give you a little more scuttlebutt on Oracle. That seemed to have been very well received. People enjoyed hearing some of our insights as we deal with Oracle as a gold certified partner. Then I'm going to move on and just touch on this social media challenge. Dominates conversation when I'm out with customers and prospects and in the marketplace in general. And I just had an awakening, if you will, with something the other day. I thought I'd share that with you as well. And then, of course, what's coming up from CRMNow's point of view. And we've got a pretty packed out month through late this month and into March. So we'll take you through some of that which is happening. So let me start by having a quick look at Oracle, a little bit of scuttlebutt there. Many people, including us, just through the breadth of Oracle, struggle to figure out who to engage with, who to talk with out there. And I think Oracle probably could do a better job of informing customers like yourselves and prospects about what's happening in their organization. There's been two quite significant changes organizationally with respect to their CRM sales organization, and clearly that will be something that impacts everyone who deals with Oracle in the CRM on demand space. But the first of those is Michelle van Woudenberg, who ran the CRM on demand organization across the region. So if you like, from everything outside of Japan, India to China, down to New Zealand. So that triangle, he was responsible for the sales organization in. That role has been filled by a Singapore-based Oracle person in Tek Wee Lim. I've met Tek Wee a couple of times now. He's got a really strong drive around this product set, a real passion for it. So I only see upside here in terms of continued focus from the Oracle organization. In addition, here in Australia, Michael Michaeludis, and I'm sure many of you know Michael, he's been instrumental in some of the largest sales of Oracle CRM on demand in the country. He's been promoted to the role of country manager, if you will, for the CRM on demand overlay organization. And the reps, if you like, report to him. And for some of you, and I haven't got them all up there, but Zaina Anstey is back on board after having some time off for mat leave, and that's great. She's done an enormous amount of work and brings a vast experience to the party. Pearl, Alex, you know, there's a team of people out there, and clearly they're, for many of you, the first point of contact in the Oracle CRM on demand space. But just be aware, though, as you go through that there's another organization, a local Oracle sales organization, the application sales organization, which reports into Mark Innes. And some of the names you might have come across, and again, there's many of them within the Oracle fraternity, but John Watson would be one, Zach Mann would be another, and they report into a sales manager, part of Mark Innes's team here in Australia that are focused on application sales. So you often see, who do I go to? I think in the first case, with anything that is Oracle CRM on demand, go to the overlay rep. They tend to be very hooked into that space, and clearly they work alongside and in parallel with the application sales owner for your particular organization. So they're two of the names that probably you should have, at least in your Rolodex or your CRM, as they maintain contact point. So the other couple of points that I'd like to make about Oracle now in the acquisition space, and for most of you, you'll be aware that they've literally made hundreds of acquisitions of various companies. In fact, the CRM on Demand, the Oracle CRM on Demand product, is a direct result of the acquisition of Siebel Systems. More recently, though, there's two that I think are probably worth just bearing or taking some more time to discuss. The first of those is RightNow. RightNow has actually completed its acquisition. It was announced last year. And RightNow is probably one of the premier SaaS-based service CRM offerings that are out there. I don't know that we'll see that directly integrated into the Oracle CRM on Demand product, but well worth looking at. And in fact, their capability as it relates to searching through content and content management and returning across the web in a self-service mode, various search topics, internal FAQs, things of that nature, are well worth it in the context of this. So worth having a look at, and I think probably we'll see it more in the Fusion horizon, that Oracle cherry pick some of those really cool technologies that RightNow brings to the breadth of CRM offerings in the Oracle kit bag. Look, the other one is, and this was literally announced only in the last couple of weeks, an organization called Taleo. And the reason I raised that, it's right in the sweet spot of talent management, which is rising to the top of many organizations' hit list of how to better manage the sales force. And Taleo, at an investment of $2 billion, is not an insignificant acquisition. So I thought what I'd do is just run a brief video for you that introduces Taleo. It's a little bit content-free, just straight off their website. But what that will help you do is understand where Taleo plays in the whole thing.
Talent can be unpredictable, fickle, obstinate. Talent needs care and feeding. Talent can get boxed in, hidden, underutilized, wasted. Talent doesn't need to just be managed or controlled or contained. It needs to be unlocked, liberated, and unleashed, all of which requires a higher level of understanding and insight. Conventional talent management provides information, but Taleo provides something more: talent intelligence. Talent intelligence is the result of our innovative approach. It helps you turn information into insight, and insight into action, identifying the talent you need, leveraging the talent you have. With talent intelligence, you know who to hire, you know who to develop, you know who to reward, you know who to move up or out. After all, when the single most important driver of business success is talent, you don't want to guess, you want to know. Taleo. Talent intelligence knows.
So again, as you can see, just a very quick introduction to Taleo. Again, they bring a significant customer base to Oracle, a significant pool of very well understood processes and technologies in that talent management space. Be aware that as part of the Fusion platform, Oracle have already announced a talent management module. So I think once the acquisition finishes up or is made formal, then we'll see again that cherry picking of key technologies and an expansion of the Fusion talent management platform. But in the same breath, Oracle's commitment to supporting these technologies into the future in parallel to the Fusion software platform. I mean, it's well publicized, and I'm sure you'll see the same thing with Taleo. And now I just want to change gears here a little bit and talk about this social media explosion. And I use the word explosion on the back of an experience I had actually on the Oracle website only in the last few days. And the first of those is that what we saw when I went to share some technologies or some particular line items off the Oracle website with the people around. And I was totally shocked when I saw that there were over 160 mechanisms available for me to share content across the web. Now you go, ooh. I mean, the thing that gets right in your face here is, how do you know now what particular mediums, what particular channels, what particular technologies do you use to share out there? And the reality is, you're probably not going to be able to use all 160 of these particular technology platforms. In fact, I tell you the truth, I don't even know more than about 5 or 6 of them. And you know, I'm playing in the space. I thought I might have a better view of it. And what's clear is that some of these technologies are quite user community specific. So, you know, takeaway number one for you out there in your market and prospect and customer engagement is you better understand what are your customers and prospects using when they share things, because that's going to be part of the profiling you'll now need to keep within your CRM. So if you like, one of the things you're going to have to find a way of responding to is this proliferation. But just hold your horses a tad before you race in and spend large capital investment and expense dollars in this. We've partnered with an organisation out of the UK in terms of some of their market surveys, particularly in the business-to-business space, and they asked the question for purchases, and these are for purchases over $20,000. So when we say over $20,000, we're talking business to business. What are those channels that buyers use as they go through that buying process? And if you get the opportunity, have a look at this and either reach out to us via whatever means you think appropriate, or just give me a call. What it's saying is, don't abandon those traditional channels that you've invested in. So web and direct mail and email and word of mouth, those continue to be by far the preferred channel in the B2B space. In saying that though, if you have a look down the bottom of this chart, you start to see the emergence of those social media channels that I discussed earlier. So whether it be Facebook or whether it be Twitter, those red channels are an emerging mechanism, an emerging channel that buyers are using as they source information about the acquisition process. Again, in summary, takeaway here is there is an explosion of available channels for you to communicate with the marketplace. You need to be able to keep a profile of what your customers, your prospect, your markets are using as you engage out there. And then finally, don't abandon and stop your investment in the channels that we know your markets are using today to source information. So take on board that you are going to have to think about it, but don't waste too much money just yet, unless you know that those channels are being used by your buyers. And in fact, what we're trying to do is help you get ahead of the game in that whole social business space. So if you like, what we're embarking on, and for some of you, I'm sure you've already been taken through this, is to give you, based out of the Oracle CRM On Demand platform, access to a single point at which you can consolidate feedback from your outbound emails, outbound SNS, outbound video casting, what we're doing here today, the web, and of course the social media channels. Engage as a platform, and that's what we're going to brand and call it. We'll be going into beta release, and hopefully some of you out there who've already put up your hands will work with us in early April in doing our first steps in evolving the Oracle CRM On Demand platform to be better able to take advantage of these social business opportunities which are emerging in the marketplace. And in fact, in exactly the same way as we are conducting regular monthly updates to you out there across the video channel and then putting that up on our website, that same toolkit, that same technology will be available for you to communicate with your markets as you go forward. But that just represents one element of what we're doing in the next month. Another one is the Red Rock Leadership Forum. The Red Rock, if you're not aware, is one of the largest Oracle service partners in our region. They're a strong partner of CRMNow, and we're actually sponsoring the Leadership Forum, which is being held in Sydney at Luna Park on the 8th of March. For those of you that are not aware, it's a day-long event, strong on content. I can't recommend it highly enough, particularly it's more broader than the CRM space, but if you're in the JDE or e-business space, then you'll definitely get great value from this. And in particular, two keynote speakers from Oracle, Ian White, and if you've heard Ian White speak, he generally brings great content to the conversation, and Michael Hart from CommBank. Both very strong speakers and people that are well worthwhile perhaps hearing from. Perhaps less known though to most of you is Vanessa Samios from our team, who will be driving the presentation, where we'll be presenting on CRM and integrated customer experience, and in fact Optus joining us in that session to talk about their real life experiences as they rolled out on the back of the Oracle CRM On Demand platform, initiatives that are based on improving the customer experience of their small and medium business marketplace. I've got Vanessa's contact details there, but please come back into any of the channels into CRMNow. We do have a couple of passes available if you would like to be a guest of CRMNow at that particular event. One of the other activities that we've been working really hard on alongside some of our key partners is having a look at the financial services industry, and I suppose as an evolution of the survey associated with buyer behaviour more broadly in the business to business space, what we've done is we've taken the opportunity to survey over 400 clients of financial planners. And the aim was to get a better perspective of what their preferences were as they interacted with the financial planners. And, you know, I don't want to get too far ahead of the game. Next week, the survey will be released. But as an indicator, it tends to support yet again that even though social media as a channel is starting to emerge, it's still not a dominator in terms of the way people would prefer to be spoken with. Bear in mind, this is in that financial products area. People are a little more security conscious, a little more oriented to face-to-face or at least meeting in home. So anyway, I don't want to take the steam out of that announcement next week, but definitely supports the fact that the traditional means of communicating with that particular market shouldn't be thrown away just to suddenly go headlong into a social media investment. So now if we go a little bit further, in the next few weeks, we'll also be issuing an invitation. I'm sure you'll all join us at the opening of our office. As much as I thank you in the marketplace for supporting us as customers, I'm also thanking our team here in Sydney for the patience they've displayed. I mean, we've got a couple of photos up on Facebook, and you can see them here. But the truth of the matter is, what we're hoping is that we'll go and upgrade our facilities here consistent with what we think you see the CRMNow brand as being. And just another little part of that, in the context of this upgrade, what we are now dedicating is a space specifically for vCasting, which is our term for these sorts of casual video conferencing, video webcasting, so vCasting to your particular marketplace. And that particular space will be available to you to hire out. It will be lit. It will have cameras there. It will have editing facilities there. It will have the right sound there. Basically a dedicated space for you to take advantage of as you start to move into the world of social business, where we know video is becoming an important part of the comms mix as you talk with your customers and market. So without too much more ado, that just about wraps up our session today. We'll be back in a month or so. And if you want to talk to us or give us any feedback at all regarding things you'd like to hear about during these updates, things that you'd like to hear about from Oracle's point of view, or just general feedback about whether this is of value to you, please look at us on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. You might even like to look at our website, or go berserk and pick up a phone and have a chat to someone from CRMNow, that old traditional channel. But again, thank you very much for your time. I hope you got value, and I look forward to dealing with you over the next month.